Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. It's Scott Neal, owner of Scott Neal Real Estate, and today I want to share with you a little book review. This is The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes. Turbocharge your business with relentless focus on 12 key strategies. So, if you know a little bit about my story, the first 2.5 years of me being a real estate agent was pretty average. I failed a ton, and I was almost out of the business about 2.5 years in, and then I got signed up to some coaching. And as part of that coaching program, this was required reading as part of that coaching program. And really what they told me was, all we really want you to do if you don't read the whole book is just read the very first chapter. And so I wanted to do a little bit of a book review for you, because if you're a struggling agent, if your business is not really where you want it to be, and I've talked to a lot of you through our free business strategy calls about some of your biggest frustrations. And one of the things that I certainly hear a lot from people is not just that they want to know where their next client's coming from, they need leads, but also they need structure in their business. And this is a good book for you to get, so I highly recommend you read it. And I wanted to just give you a few takeaways from just the first chapter alone. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Let me read you off some of the chapters in this book. Chet Holmes was a big sales guru. He actually died just a couple of years ago. He was doing some stuff with Tony Robbins. You might have heard him on the radio with Tony Robbins. Chapter 1 is called Time Management Secrets of Billionaires. Chapter 2, Instituting Higher Standards and Regular Training, all the way from becoming a brilliant strategist to how to hire people, getting the best out of your buyers, follow-up and bonding skills with your clients. So there's 12 chapters in here. It's a great book, but like I said, if you'll just read the first chapter, you'll get so much out of it. So I wanted to give you just a couple of highlights that I got out of this very first chapter. Number 1, make lists. So make lists of things that you have to do for the day. And in the book, Chet Holmes calls it the Big Six. So these are the biggest 6 items that you must get done for today. You forsake everything else and you focus on these things. So if you've heard of the 80-20 principle, that means you 20% of what you do produces 80% of your results. You should focus on the 20. So you need to make lists. And because you're in real estate, a real estate agent, you don't make a salary, you're not making an hourly wage, you only get commission. So you really have to think about what is your dollar per activity. And then you need to really prioritize all of those things that are on your list based on what's going to make you the most amount of money, what's the most important. And let me tell you, responding to emails is not the most important thing. Getting on Facebook and posting stuff about you being a real estate agent and hoping that produces you business is not the most important thing that you can be doing. Number 2, touch it once. This is a great rule to live by, because we can get so bogged down every single day with the things that we've got to do. And the idea of touch it once is you just don't multitask. You focus on one thing at a time and you only touch it once. And when you touch it, you'll work on it, and when you're done, you put it away. So the biggest thing that we're all guilty of by not just touching it once is email. So a lot of us are on our email all day long. We go back and forth. We might be focusing on something, and then we go over here and we look at our email, or we go over here and we look at Facebook and we try to see what's going on. And all that really does is distract us from the things that we need to be doing, and it causes us to slow down. There have been plenty of studies that have shown that multitasking does not actually help you get more things done. It actually slows you down. So you got to be focusing on one thing, touch it once. And by the way, I don't know who came up with this whole idea, but I've heard a lot of agents have on their voicemail that I will only be responding to emails at a certain time of day. I recommend you getting rid of that on your email, because this needs to be customer focused. And the customers don't want to hear that you don't have time for them or that you're going to get back to them later. So I just wouldn't even say that. If you just are going to look at your email a couple of times a day, you don't have to let your clients know about that. All right, number 3, throw things away. Again, we're talking about email, and I'm one of those people that I've got to keep my inbox clean. Are you one of those people that has like 4,000 messages in your inbox? If so, get rid of it. In the book, Chet Holmes says that 99% of filed information never gets referred to again. So if you're the type of person that likes to take your emails and put them into different folders, categorized, that takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. And I want you to ask yourself, do I really need this? Can I access it again easily? Gmail has a great tool for you where if you'll just archive it, it'll get out of your inbox and it'll stay there forever, and you can always just go search for it. Number 4, avoid got-a-minute meetings. So you know what got-a-minute meetings are? That's when somebody comes by your office and says, hey, you got a minute? I need to talk to you about something. You have got to avoid those things, because if you're a serious top producer and you're really managing your time, you have your entire schedule time blocked and you cannot abide by interruptions. So if you manage people, if you've got an assistant or if you've got some people that you work with, you've got to schedule some buffer time in your schedule so that you can address those things that people need got-a-minutes for. So it's not an emergency. If you've been in this business for any length of time, you ought to realize that there are no real estate emergencies. All right, and then the 5th most practical piece of advice that Chet Holmes and the Ultimate Sales Machine will give you is, if you really want to be a top-selling salesperson, if you really want to accomplish your lofty goals, you must practice pig-headed discipline and determination. You cannot wing your way through this. You've got to be pig-headed in your discipline, and you've got to be pig-headed in your determination, meaning that you've got to want your goals so badly that you are willing to forsake a lot of things and really do things that make you uncomfortable to accomplish those goals. So there's so much more in this book. I really recommend that you read it. Of course, you can get it on Amazon. I think it's probably $10 to $15. You can also get it on audio. It's a great book. I certainly recommend that you get it. And I've got a little tool for you here that will help you with your time management. It's called the Dominate Your Day, Win Your Week. It's a one-page thing that you can use on the daily. This has your lists on here. It has positive focus. It has notes for the day. You can use this basically as a journal. If you'd like this, I'll give it to you for free. All you got to do is sign up for your free business strategy session with me. So if you'd like help in your business, or if you're looking to take your business to the next level, I want to talk with you. Again, this is a no obligation call. All you got to do is click on the links to schedule your free business strategy session with me. And in that session, we're going to talk about your biggest frustration with your business, and I'll go through some of the things like this, what's going to make you a time management warrior, and it will certainly help you double, triple your business over the next 12 to 18 months. So I want to get on that call with you. Just click on the links and let's schedule it up. So if you have any questions, just leave me a comment, send me an email, even give me a call. Let's schedule that free 30-minute business strategy session, and I look forward to seeing you. Thanks and happy selling.